Welcome to a series of films brought to you by Matthew's Friends Keto College. These Matthew's Friends Keto College information films have been produced to support medical and dietetic professionals around the globe wanting to use ketogenic dietary therapies.
Dietary treatment. Many families and indeed physicians think it's a natural treatment. But of course, we had to remember that although you utilise natural products, it is not a natural diet and it may generate side effects just as any anti-epileptic drug therapy.
There are right now 4 major ketogenic therapies, which is great. It gives families lots of options. They can choose amongst the 4, and there is no right or wrong therapy. So some families will choose one versus a different one. It's nice to have all these options for the families.
I think one of the important things for families when they're preparing for the diet is to commit themselves and really turn around and go, do you know, I'm going to really commit myself to this for 3 months. We're going to see whether it works. We're going to do everything that we need to do. Read as much as you can, get as much support as you can.
So when we're fine-tuning a diet, what we're really doing is we're trying to optimise the dietary prescription for the best possible outcome. And our primary endpoint is seizure control. So what we're doing with fine-tuning is we're looking at ways we might want to change the dietary prescription. And to raise ketones on the MCT diet, you might increase the MCT, you might lower the carbohydrate, and vice versa, if you wanted to lower ketones. The other issue on the MCT diet is we want to make sure it's as well tolerated as possible, and there have been concerns if the MCT is built up too quickly, or in some perhaps more sensitive individuals, that it can cause abdominal problems.
So a modified Atkins diet is a diet that is considered to be a more liberal version of a ketogenic therapy protocol. And the reason for that is because its real focus is on controlling carbohydrate. So instead of thinking about controlling all the elements, protein, carbohydrate and fat, it really homes on the most crucial component, which is carbohydrate management.
There's different ways to initiate the ketogenic diet. So once you've done your assessment of the family and the candidate and the surrounding community, you want to kind of figure out what method you want to start this patient on. In my mind, there's 3 ways to be doing it. You can do it as an inpatient rapid initiation, requiring a hospital admission and titrating the diet over several days, and then kind of discharging after the 4th or 5th day. If all goes well, or you can do it as an outpatient. And 2 ways to do it as an outpatient is outpatient rapid, which you see with the modified Atkins and the low glycemic index diet, and then you can do it as an outpatient sort of slow titration.
The advantages of blood ketone monitoring, and we give all of our families training and also the kits to be able to measure blood ketones, is that it's a reflection of what's happening here and now. So as you're introducing the diet, if you want to see what the ketone profile is over a 24 to 48 hour period, blood ketones will give you a more accurate profile over that time of what the ketone measurements actually are.
So, like any therapy, medications or diet, we don't always plan for it to be forever. And we tell families that The diet may do its job in children after only a year or two, and then we can discontinue it. And the diet certainly has side effects and is difficult for some families to continue. And so we know that that's a struggle for some of them, and so we don't want to keep them on the diet longer than at least we feel is probably necessary.
One thing I will absolutely admit to, having worked with many adults, is that it is hard in some instances for them to try to adjust to doing these diets. And so what we have found over time is that about half of adults that try ketogenic therapies ultimately decide not to continue them.
Administration of a ketogenic diet is quite complex. It's not a simple prescription and telling people to get on with it. It's very much a team effort from the professionals and a team effort with the family. Therefore, the ketogenic diet team is not only the dietitian, but involves the dietitian, the paediatric neurologist, and possibly nurse support, so that we can tackle all issues about nutrition, but also the medical side.